So my name is Brett Scheib. I'm a captain over here at Fire Station number 2. And this is...
Shelby. I am the nursing and executive director at Casa de la Paz Hospice.
Yeah, we're kind of just giving a little tour about our station. Right now we're on C shift, and today is Sunday, but it's actually our Monday. So it's actually the start of our week. And just kind of running through, kind of showing her our bunk living areas. So this is kind of what we have here. We have 6 different bunks that we stay here because we do work 24 hours a day. So we eat, we sleep, and we work, here at the station. And you did have a pretty good question. What was the question?
I did ask, how do you get assigned to each station? Which station, do you get to choose the station, or do you get just appointed when you're hired?
Yeah, no, great question. So we do have 4 different fire stations here with Sierra Vista Fire. One of them is an EMS only station. But every year for our department, what we do is we have a bid. So basically it's kind of seniority based. And there is specific requirements, whether you're a paramedic or you're a captain or you're an engineer or a firefighter. We have certain positions that you have to kind of meet at every station. But besides that, every year we have a bid where you get to kind of pick where you want to go based on seniority and department. It's the fire truck.
Okay.
So. Now you did have a good question, right?
What's the difference between a fire truck and a fire engine?
So this is a perfect example. So typically we have a fire truck, at least in our area, but it's really designated by that big old ladder that's up top, on top of the
Okay, this morning we're here cooking with the fire department. We're at Station 2, and we are making New Year's soup. It's a little late in the year for New Year's, but this is a really warm and yummy soup. It's cold and rainy outside today, and so it's ham and carrots and celery and black-eyed peas. So we've got to get the carrots going and the celery and the onions and get that cooking, and then we'll start with the ham and the ham bones, and we'll go into that. Okay, so far, what we have in here is our carrots, our onions, and our celery, and we kind of cook them just a little bit with some butter till they get a little tender, and then we're going to add in the ham hock and cook that up just a bit, and then we add in all of the juices and the tomatoes and stuff. So right now we're just letting this simmer just a little bit, get a little tender. So you're supposed to use the ham hock or the ham bone that you have for the holiday and the leftover ham on that, but of course we don't have that. So we have a ham steak. We're gonna cut that up and cube it and toss that in with the vegetables. Okay, now we're adding some chicken broth. So since we're making a recipe and a half, usually you just put in 1 container, but I'm gonna do 1.5. So this was 48 ounces, and then we're gonna stick in another 24 ounces just to be on the safe side, since we are making a recipe and a half. And then we let this cook down just a little bit, and then we're gonna add the black-eyed peas, which if you look up black-eyed peas and why people eat them at New Year's, it's supposedly, it's more of a Southern tradition, and you bring black-eyed peas into your meal to bring health and prosperity for the new year. And then this recipe also calls for stewed tomatoes, which if you look up kind of the tradition or the history of New Year's, black-eyed peas with stewed tomatoes also brings wealth. So who knows, maybe somebody here will win the lottery. I'm going to add this tomato sauce. Some of the reasons, or one of the reasons that we wanted to help out this cooking with the fire department and get some answers to the questions that we do for hospice. And we have a program with the fire department that we've been doing some education, and we help them help our community by possibly identifying people in the community that might benefit from either hospice or some home health or some kind of caregiving assistance in the home. So we're in the early stages, but that's one of the things that we're doing. So working with the fire department, because they're the first responders and they see those people out there more than anybody, and then helping to see if maybe having the conversation for help in the home is something that we can provide.
What are some of the limitations of hospice?
So probably the biggest limitation of hospice is that you can't be seeking aggressive treatment. Like you can't be on chemo for a curative measure for cancer. We struggle with some of the follow-ups with your cardiology. There's so many new things out there like LVADs, and now we have trilogies and even dialysis. If you want to stay on those for a life-saving process or procedure, then hospice, you don't qualify for hospice.
Okay.
Now that being said, we can contract and we can continue that treatment for a few weeks.
Okay.
With in mind that you are going to stop it eventually. Now, if you choose not to stop it, obviously we just discharge you. You can come on and off hospice as many times as you can. We try not to do that. We want to wait for people to be ready.
And I think that's a big thing. I mean, not only us about explaining, what hospice is, making sure that everybody is, they're ready for that, for that.
That line of and we just redefine the hope. The hope isn't that you're going to live in ICU for the rest of your life. Now your hope is we're going to keep you home. We're going to let you be able to breathe as best you can. We're going to let your family be around you. It's just kind of switching what you look at as far as what your quality of life is.
And being comfortable, where you want to be, if you want to be at home.
Yes.
And in a comforting place at home, that's one of the benefits of hospice. So.